What's more important? What's more important, the pain, the fear, or the desired outcome? I asked myself these questions when I was removing heroin from my life, when I stopped over drinking, shoot, when I decided to take initiative on my health. I had some major events happening and I had to ask myself, what's more important? Most recently, it was my health. I told you guys before that I needed to have both my hips replaced. It's not a small task to get done. I had a lot of fear associated with it, and really I was walking around in a lot of pain. But the pain that I was walking around in was stopping me from overcoming, was not stopping me from overcoming the pride that I needed to overcome to actually go and face my consequences. Because that's what they were. You see, that rare disease that hit me, it wasn't by chance. It was by making. I made myself overdrink. I made myself use the drugs. So I was the one that made my body feel that hips no longer needed to be used. That's why I started to die. The pain, though, of having to face those decisions and the consequences of them was greater than the pain of walking around. Because shoot, I could walk around with a limp. I could barely lift my legs to walk upstairs. That type of pain I'm okay with. That type of physical pain, not a problem for me. But the emotional pain of shoot, I am human. Shoot, I did make some mistakes. Shoot, I still got to live with them. That type of pain is emotional, mental. And the fear of dealing with that was greater than the fear and pain of walking around with a limp, being looked at like a weirdo. Like I said, where I'm from, you walk around like that, people are going to start to ask questions. Best way I could describe it is walking around like a penguin. But I've been made fun of my whole life, so what did it matter? Go ahead and make fun of me some more for how I walk. It's way better than dealing with what I got to deal with. And on top of that, check this out. It actually gave me a way for people to feel bad. Right? There is a concept that we have as humans. And if we can get people to feel bad for us, we validate ourselves through it. That's why you hear so many people with sob stories. Oh, so and so wasn't in my life. Oh, this major event happened to me. Oh, I dealt with abuse. Don't get me wrong. Each one of those has happened to me. However, I had to stop myself from using that as a crutch to get people to feel bad for me. Because the reality is, many people have had abuse. Many people have had major events happen in their life. Many people have been in tough situations growing up. Doesn't matter. What does matter is what you do with it. If what you're choosing to do with it is replay that story over and over again, trying to get people to join your pity party, sob with you, then all you're going to create is a group of weak, a group of lame, a group of sorrowful individuals. I'm reminded of that movie Hercules, and I'm talking about the cartoon version. Came out in the 90s. So you guys remember how when they went into Hades, Hercules drained all his muscles. He turned gray and weak and limp. And Hades started picking on him. That's what you do when you start to repeat these stories in your head of all the negative events that happened to you, instead of playing them as positive, resilient things that happen for you to become a better human being. I'm a firm believer that negative things didn't just happen to me, they happened for me. They happen for me to be able to help someone else out. For me to be able to identify. I can see when somebody's hurting, basically. It's like an extra sense that I have. I can pick up on it and I can use it to help them. Use my story to help them. Is the pain that you are facing going to be a story that you can tell to help somebody? Or is it going to be a story that you're going to tell to be that Eeyore kind of cat? You know, the one who nobody really wants to be around because you're always so down? Like, it's gross. It really is. I've straight up told people, like, you're gross to me. Like, don't talk. Because I cannot be around those sob stories if you're not telling me what you're going to do to change it. Don't get me wrong, if you need to vent, cool, you got 3 minutes. But then I want to hear 6 minutes of how you can solve that problem. People don't like that. People don't like that in a 10-minute conversation. I better hear more solutions than I hear about your problems and about your sad story, because we all got one. The pain, the fear, whatever it is that you're not wanting to deal with, by going and seeking professional help, stopping that behavior that you have a crutch on, stopping the use of whatever vice it is that you use to cope. Babies require bottles. As men, specifically for men, we need to get off the bottle and start handling our business. And that means dealing with the pain that we have coming up, dealing with the situations that we've put ourselves in, dealing with the consequences from the choices that we've made.